Hello, welcome back to my channel, and I know different setting because we are back at Josh's parents' house because a lot of stuff went down, but that's for another video, so stay tuned if you want to see more on why we moved back. But right now I am doing a kind of a late fall idea, but it's still pretty early for fall. I always feel like for some weird reason, which everybody does this, after Halloween, it's like fall is over and everybody moves to Christmas. But you still have time for the month of November. You still can do this idea because you can make it spooky for the Halloween. So if you're watching this and it's like September, you can do this idea, make it more spooky. Or if you want, you can wait until after October to set this out, and you can do it for the month of November. You can even add or take away from this idea. You can add some turkeys instead of like pumpkins, or you can just leave the leaves and leave it how it is and just not put the candy in it, because this idea it's pretty much a general idea. I just grabbed a few generic things and they ended up working out. So if you want to do this cute little idea, keep on watching and I'll give you everything that you need to know to make this. The things that you're going to need is potpourri, fake leaves, so like the little bitty ones, not anything too big. You can also get a lot of these at Dollar Tree. So the fake leaves, potpourri, tea candles, but not the actual tea candles that you light up, because if you put this tea candle inside of the pumpkin, it can actually catch the roof on fire and it can catch the whole thing on fire, and you don't want that to happen. So I got some battery operated, plus you can turn it off and turn it back on whenever you need to use it. And then you need a black or brown burlap. If you want it to look a little bit more spooky, do the black, but if you want it to look fall like mine, you want the brown burlap. And I didn't get the brown burlap until my sister-in-law gave it to me because she had some laying around, and so I grabbed that one and it looked more of a fall and less spooky. You're given this as a gift because this was actually a homecoming gift for my brother to give to his girlfriend. And so we just added some candy in there, and again, we got that at Dollar Tree. You're going to want oil-based paint slash pins, or they're pins, but it's oil-based paint, and you can get those from Michael's. You can also get this pumpkin that I got from Michael's. This pumpkin is kind of I just found it. It wasn't really intentionally that I found it. It was just like the only one that was like this. And we thought there was like a face part to put on top of it, and we couldn't find it. So it was actually just a hollow plastic pumpkin, and it had like a hole in it. And so you then can put stuff in it and make it a decoration like this one. So we bought that one, and that one was probably the most expensive out of everything because one, it was from Michael's, and two, it was an actual like, it was huge. It was like bigger than my head. It was an actual almost life-size pumpkin. Other than those, you're going to need a glue gun, scissors, and like a pencil to like draw on a design and be able to like erase it. Also, if you hear the buzzing in the background, that is my mother-in-law. She's doing her nails. And yeah, I had to hurry up and do this video, so you're probably gonna get that in the background. But I had to hurry up and get this video done because I'm about to take my meds, which is another video that you'll see soon of what meds I'm taking and why and how they're gonna help me. But I had to hurry up and do this video before I take my meds because they make me drowsy and they make me go to sleep. So had to quickly do that. The first step, you're going to take your material and use the glue gun to glue it to the inside. So what I did it section by section. I kind of took some pieces and I took the middle of the burlap and I glued it to the back of the pumpkin. And I just went from there and pretty much did like a circle around and just kept adding and then did like a bigger circle and added until all the material glued to the side of the pumpkin. Now, if you want like a rough frayed look around the pumpkin, you can cut the excess material off from the sides and it frays out and it looks kind of cute. Or you can tuck those in and kind of make it look like pillowy-ish on the outside. It makes it look soft and stuff, and I like that feeling because it made it kind of look a little bit more comfy and cozy. So if you want it to look like mine, just tuck in the corners and tuck in the access to make it look like a pillow, or make it look soft and ruffly. Or if you want it frayed, then just cut the excess off and let it fray out. And that's for that section. Once you're done with that, you want to glue fake leaves. So you want to take your fake leaves and glue on top of the material. So you just I put the glue on the leaf, and I just put it in the back and just like pressed it. And you have to hold it for a second because the glue has to seep into the material, and it has to seep into the leaf and kind of get a hold of it. And if you want, I would take a spoon or get like a thimble or something to block the heat from your hand, because those leaves are very thin, and doing a hot glue gun with leaves onto that is awful. Some people asked why not super glue, and super glue is just when it's with materials and stuff, or when it touches like different types of material, it gets super hot, and I rather a glue gun burn someone than super glue, because super glue to me gets hotter than hot glue gun. Because hot glue gun, yeah, it hurts and it sticks to your hand, but so does super glue, and it does not feel good. You kind of just want to scatter them. You want to look like it's leaves you kind of want to look like it's leaves falling inside the pumpkin. It's almost like a terrarium in a way, and yeah, it just looks cute that way. Want to set the potpourri, whatever you want to set the potpourri, which also I got that from Fred's, and it's like a pumpkin spice potpourri, and it smelled really good. It made the pumpkin actually smell like pumpkin. And you want to set that on the floor inside the pumpkin, on the bottom of it, like the floor of it, and you just let it sit in there, and wherever you set that pumpkin, it's that potpourri is going to make it smell up the room. So it's like a nice little decoration that also gets your house to smell like fall. If you're not doing candy, because I set the candy in the back of it and kind of displayed the candy, and then had the candle in front of the candy on top of the potpourri, if that makes sense. So like insert picture here. And when I did it that way, it kind of displayed the candy, and it was like a gift, and it looked cute. But if you do not want the candy in there and you just want it as a decoration, then leave the candy out. Easy as that. Your last step, I was going to do this as my first step, but I realized all the grabbing and twisting and turning of the pumpkin that I had to do, especially with the material part. I had to literally like hold it like a baby in my lap and put the glue in. So doing the painting on the outside last is a lot easier, and you're going to need the pumpkin to be sitting up straight anyway. So when you're painting on it, and with all that weight on it while you're painting, it's going to help a lot more. Just don't put the potpourri or anything in. Like, you can take it out and draw on the back and put everything back inside. It's easy. It doesn't take a lot to take it all out and put it back in. It doesn't take a lot of energy. So you want to get your pen, or not pen, you want to get your pencil, and you want to trace your design. So if you're doing this by hand, you want to trace out your design. Try to look up fonts and stuff on Pinterest. That's what I did. My handwriting is awful, but I went on Pinterest, and they actually have like step-by-step things that you can look at for having a cute font or doodles. And they have like a step-by-step, like use this color for the main font and use this color for the shadows, and you can make like a whole bunch of cute stuff. And that's what I used to get this look. And then once you trace it out with a pencil, You then go over it with your water. I would do oil-based pen or painting pens, because water-based painting pens, if it's in your bathroom or something, it can run down your pumpkin, and if it's oil-based, it just takes a lot more. You're more of like scraping it off than wiping it off. You can only get it off with, like, I would say alcohol based stuff. You can only get it off with that, but it still takes a whole bunch of spraying with alcohol just to get it completely off. So oil-based is like the way to go. And once I traced out and how I wanted it to be placed on the actual pumpkin, I then took those markers and I traced it out with white first, because if you do the black first, or if you do a whole black font and doing white over it, you have to wait a while for you to do white. Wait a while before you do white. And then you have to trace it with white, but then the black's going to show through the white. So doing a white font and then doing details with the black, one, it makes it pop a little bit more, and two, it helps not get your white pen all gray looking, if that makes sense. I believe that is it. Once the product was done, it was all good from there. My little brother, his girlfriend, loves it. She actually uses it as a decoration, and I believe she's still using it as a decoration because it is fall. If you want to make this spooky, you can do more of like a ghost theme, or you can do more of a Halloween quote, or if you're using this in your house, you don't even have to make like a cute little homecoming quote or anything like that. You can just put like, I'm 100% that witch on the back, and then put a bunch of witches and stuff in the inside. You know, you can play around with this idea a whole lot, and that's what I love about it. I can't wait to do more stuff like this because I really want to do more crafty things. I actually want to make one for myself next year, and I want to make one that's kind of like a Christmas one, because my Mimi used to do something like this, to where it was like a cardboard box and it had a thing going up in the middle, and it had like string going down the sides, and it looked like a Christmas tree, and it had like some tinsel or something at the bottom, and it had like little people on the inside, and it looked really cute. It was like a little terrarium for like Christmas, or like a little Christmas town. It was really cute. So if you enjoyed this idea, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like my video, just please subscribe and see more from me. We are almost to 400 subscribers, which is almost, or it's literally halfway to 1,000, and once we get to 1,000, then I can make more awesome content. Yeah, I guess that's more awesome content, or I can make a lot more content and do it a lot more often when we get to 1,000. Right now I just do it for a hobby, but if we ever get to 1,000, I might do more and get serious about it. But for right now, it's just a hobby. It's something that I like to do on the side, and I like to share everything for y'all to also do yourself. And I also like to share my life, and I also like something to where I can come back and see in the future and enjoy watching it, because I watch a lot of my old videos and it just gets nostalgic for me, and just to see where I've come, it's really amazing. So just already. So yeah, hope you enjoy this video, and bye.